that. So that's a fun fact.
Yeah.
What'd you do? What did you do?
And
I saw your face. Why'd you make that face? Did you drop
huh?
something? Did you drop something?
Yeah, something behind me
I
fell
know. I was
down.
like, why did you make that face? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Collector's Corner, which is a segment that I do on my channel to feature collectors like you or collectors that you may know, or if you collect anything. But most of my, I don't know why I went, but anyways, this is a segment on my channel where I get to bring on collectors to show their top 5 in their collection. And this time we are going to be featuring one of my rascals, Chris Dang, and their top 5 in their collection, and to get to know them a little bit more. So let's go ahead and introduce them. But before I do, I want to take a moment to thank all of my current subscribers who are supporting my channel. Thank y'all. And if you are new to my channel and you like my content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It helps out my channel. Let's go ahead and bring Chris Dang on and introduce them. So thank you, Chris Dang, for coming in. I appreciate you coming in on a Collector's Corner and sharing us your top 5. But before we get into your top 5, I want to give you a little bit of a moment to let everybody know a little bit about you, what you like. Are you, I see that you post on YouTube Shorts. So if you want to give people a little bit about you, what you like to do, etc., I'm giving you the floor now.
Okay, thank you, Ra. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
thank you for having me. Yeah, my name's Chris Dang on YouTube. Most
Our
of the things I
luckiest
collect. Oh,
person on my YouTube. She always wins. Wait, you go by she, her.
yes, my
Okay.
pronouns are she, her, hers. Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. The
Mm-hmm.
luckiest person on my channel who almost wins almost everything. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead and continue.
No, that's okay. I actually checked how many I actually won. I think it's actually more than 10.
Oh my goodness. See? You're the luckiest person.
So yeah, I like to collect like dolls from Monster High, Ever After High, Rainbow High back when it was really good, to vintage, not kind of vintage I guess nowadays, like Sailor Moon, things that I enjoyed when I was a kid, Pokemon, Digimon, so a lot of anime
Mhm.
items. Other dolls are like the Japanese dolls. I don't know if you've heard of Pull Up and Blythe,
Yes.
and ball jointed dolls, which are very expensive. They're like over my budget, but maybe one day.
Yeah.
Um,
The pull-up
Other
dolls
things
are
I collect is
expensive
like
too.
action figures and miniatures. There's some miniatures that are made by a company called Remint, and I collect
Okay.
some of those. They have like miniature foods and characters based on like was a Remint collection based on Sailor Moon, Miku.
Oh.
There's Rilakkuma. That's what I started with Rilakkuma. They're very cute, and I like to put them with my dolls if possible. So I collect almost everything from Barbie to stuffed animals.
Oh, well, that's a wide variety. I see some ears behind you too.
Yeah,
So,
there. Those
yeah.
things.
um,
And then
and I have
Sailor
some
Moon right
ears
there.
up there too and on this
Yep.
wall. So I'm excited. Thank you for sharing a little bit about you.
Mhm.
So do you want to start with your number 5 and see what
Yeah,
Okay,
and
okay.
go up.
Well, let me ask you really quick
Yeah.
before we get into it. On my other collector's corners, I've had a lot of people say it was so hard to pick their top 5. Was it hard for you, or was it very easy for you to?
Both hard and easy. I had an idea of which one. Like number one, I knew for sure number one, but like
Okay.
going down, I was just like, oh, maybe that should be 3. Or no, that should be 4 instead of 2. It was a little hard.
Yeah. Okay. It seems like it's hard for everybody somewhere
Yeah.
in there. But okay, let me go ahead. I'm gonna change cameras really quick on my
Hmm.
end, so you can take up majority of the screen. Let me do that. Okay. Okay, so we changed cameras, and now I'm ready for you to start with your number 5.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So is this all your number 5?
number 5, yeah,
Just
mostly just
manga
books. I
books.
like to collect books. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Do you have a favorite out of your manga series, like the story-wise? Is it Sailor Moon?
No, not really, since there's always like another story coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and I collect like secondhand.
Okay.
So most of my stuff are like a bit older. Like at my local library, I'm able to get like
Oh,
certain
okay.
books for like good price. Trying to complete is the because of Netflix, they
Oh.
have Julia Quinn's Bridgerton.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've
So
seen
I've
the
been
show.
collecting mostly all of her books, which kind of surprised me as a kid. I'm like, I'm not going to be those ladies that like romance novels. And then Netflix was like, oh, Bridgerton and Regency era. And I'm just like, oh no, something I like.
Yeah. Well, I really like that number 5. Like, I don't think anybody has shared books or manga books in general, so that's
Yeah.
really new and exciting to share.
hmm
And so that's your number 5. What
hmm
is your number 4?
So number 4 is kind of like a book because it's like a play set.
Okay.
And I think Goofy Boofy or
Goofy Buffy!
maybe wrong talk about vintage stuff like My Little Pony and Strawberry Shortcake. And
Goofy
Rainbow
Buffy.
Bright,
Uh-huh.
and Care Bears. Now I'm born in the 90s. I'm actually a few years younger than you.
Okay.
so so this is more like the 90s to late 2000s, early
Okay.
2000, not late. So but for me, and it's funny how it is shaped like a book.
Okay, I'm
Like,
curious.
I can show you. There we go.
Oh, is it Polly Pocket? It
Polly Pocket. Yep,
is.
yep. And
I
it's
remember those. They still make some.
camera work with me. Here we go. And item that way. So yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't really work the camera with the
That's
phone.
okay.
So I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
Maybe
I can see it. So it's like a beach Polly
Yeah.
Pocket set.
So that is called Polly Pocket Glitter Island from 1993.
Okay.
And the funny story about that one was that I told my parents, I want the pink book. And they were looking for a pink book, like an actual book. Until
Oh.
I told them like what it was by showing them the toy aisle. And I was like a little kid. But somehow I actually knew what it was. I'm like, no, I want this.
Oh. And they got it for you? And you've had it
They got it
since
from That's
then?
like the first out of 3 toys that I've still got as a kid in my
Oh,
collection
wow.
because we have moved. So, you lose some toys, and that's kind of the reason why I still collect
Mm-hmm.
is because I'm trying to like gain back those toys that I lost from moving and sold as a kid, thinking, yeah, I don't want them. And then like
Yeah.
later I'm like, I should have kept them.
I know, that's how I am too. Or like I have stuff in boxes still, and I'm like, I was about to rebuy this. I didn't know
Yeah.
I had it.
Yep.
So I'm totally
And
there with you.
yeah, and the funny thing about this one though is not my childhood one. This one is actually a replacement
Okay.
that I actually bought when I actually opened my first bank account.
Okay.
Like I was like, no, my first item I'm ever going to buy is going to be something that I grew up. And I'm like, found this website in Las Vegas. They sell Polly Pocket, and this lady had it for $20 some. Complete. I'm actually like setting up the figures. So.
Okay. Ooh, I was just about to ask you, like I didn't see the figures in there, so I was curious if
Yes.
you did have them. So you do. So I'm
But
excited.
Okay, so it comes with Polly Pocket with her friend Friday and a turtle and a boat. I think it's kind of modeled based on the story of the story Robin Crusoe, about a man who's got shipwrecked and he tried to survive on a deserted island when he found out there were natives, and one of those natives he saved named him Friday. So it's like
They made a
interesting.
movie of that, right?
I think there's a movie, but it's based on a book, and so I think that's
Okay.
where they made the design.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. So that's a fun fact.
Yeah.
What did you do?
And-
I saw your face. Why'd you make that face? Did you drop
Huh?
something? Did you drop something?
Yeah, something's behind me. So
I know. I was like, why did you make that face?
my room's a mess. Like I was before I got on, I was cleaning and trying to get all my top fives, and I'm just like, oh, I put it in this box and I put it in that box. All right, do
Oh,
not fall, and
that's
something fell.
okay.
I'm like, no. So
Okay.
number 4, yeah, is Polly Pocket. Just being the first, I don't know, item I liked that has glitter and it was pink.
Okay. Well, that's a great number 4 to put in your top 5.
Mm-hmm.
So we are in the middle now for number 3.
Yeah. And that one would be this show was on, at least in my neighborhood, channel 11 Fox Kids. If
Okay.
you remember Saturday morning cartoons. Later it became 4 Kids,
Okay.
and they showed like some animated shows like Winx Club.
Okay.
Um,
I've never seen that one. I've heard of it,
Winx Club?
and I've seen like the animation, but I've never like seen an episode.
Well, it's like Target. I was like the right audience during that time in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for some reason, this show, just was just so pretty enough. It's called Magical Doremi,
Okay.
or in Japanese, the Odrami Doremi,
Okay.
which literally just means witch Doremi.
Okay.
And so for me, I actually found the American dolls for it. So
Oh.
this is the first one I got. Her name is Rini. Yeah, her glasses is
Rini.
not the best, I want to say.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
she's cute.
And she was on clearance when I found her.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, I know about this show and I like it and I'll buy it. Later on though, I tried to complete it, so I bought online later. This camera,
It messes with your mind, right? With the camera.
I know. Mirabelle. So she was like the tomboy character.
Is this
And
kind
then-
of like a would you say Sailor Moon kind of takeaway?
That's why I got like attracted to
Okay.
it,
Uh-huh.
because it was like Sailor Moon in a way, because they do transformations and they do go through problems, but like not really monsters. That's the thing though. It's much more
Okay.
younger. But that's the funny thing, that in the English version it was like that, but in the Japanese version, the original, it's like more serious in the sense of they talk about topics like growing up, the concept of your body changing. People
Oh.
do things because they might be jealous, or they have they want to be your friend but they don't know how.
Okay.
So it's like very interesting that the Japanese has more serious topics, while the American version, which actually only ran for the first season,
Yeah, they kind of like censored it, right?
right, was more kid friendly.
Yeah.
But they did talk about like jealousy and like meeting new people and how to interact with people. The reason I think though is they didn't go further, and it's interesting because in the second season they raise a child, and they only in 5th grade. So
well,
5th
that's
grade,
why.
5th grade raising a child. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Well, now we know why they didn't. But if you want a more interesting story, watch the Japanese version. Is what you're
Right,
saying.
exactly.
Okay.
So the main character, and I actually kind of customized her in a sense, because she didn't come with her. Oh my god, this camera. There you go.
Oh.
She has the hat I made.
Oh, you made the hat. Is it 3D printed or?
Yeah,
can't really
and
see.
then her
Okay.
boots. I use a pattern from My Froggy Stuff. She's on YouTube. She has some crafting and stuff. So that's how I completed the American version. But
Okay.
there are more characters. So the main character, in America, her name is Dory, but in the
Okay.
Japanese, it is Doremi, like Doremi.
Oh, okay.
So hence why the title's called Magical Doremi.
Okay. I wonder
But
why they
for-
did that.
It was like maybe like music theme. That was the first season.
Well,
But
I wonder why they just put, because you said the English version, they put Dory.
yeah, because in the English they try to make it so pink is Dory, the blue is Mirabelle, and the orange is Remy. So they
Oh,
use
Do,
their
Re,
like
Mi, or
first
Dory.
like names to make it sound like that.
Yeah, okay. I
But
get it
the
now.
Japanese, her name is actually Doremi.
Okay, so they basically split her Japanese name between 3 characters in the English version.
Yeah.
Okay, makes
Yeah.
sense now.
It's interesting that how they had to switch it up for the American audience.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't understand why they made the rice ball a donut in Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, we're always questioning those kind of things,
It's like,
especially like with
okay,
Sailor
dubbing in, I guess.
Moon and all that other stuff. So it's just like, who knows what they were thinking back in the day, right? Now they don't care. Now they don't
No,
care.
they
They're just
don't.
like, boom, here you go. Talk about whatever you want now. Okay, so I loved your number 3. I definitely am going to have to check out that series. Were those only 3 in that one
There's more actually
that you have?
that I have. Yes,
Okay, let's go. I'm ready. I was like, okay.
Because I was trying to complete the characters. So these did not come. Maybe one of them did come to the U.S., but I could never find her. But the other ones are Japanese. So Doremi, the pink witch, had a sister. Her sister is named Popchan. And the interesting thing is that this is her only doll release.
Mm-hmm.
So she's kind of hard to find. So I was lucky enough to find her on eBay from a collector here in the U.S. that she went to Japan and got those.
Wow.
And that's where the majority of all 4 of them, they're from that eBay seller.
Okay.
So,
and it's always nice to find like something that you're really looking for on eBay.
Yeah, especially with international costs.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Like, no.
Yeah.
And then later series they have like a sweet theme. This one is the 4th member, and her Japanese name is Okchan, but I think in the English version her name was something else. I don't remember.
Okay.
And then the last member is Momoko. She's my favorite.
She is the most Sailor Moon aesthetic, it looks like, with her hair.
That, and she was the American character. She is Japanese, but her family moved to America. So she lost her Japanese ability in a sense. Like she could understand words here and there and maybe speak. But later in the show, she's able to be fluent. But she was the fun character that spoke English to teach them the American ways.
Okay, that's interesting. I definitely want to check it out now. I wonder if it's on YouTube or maybe somewhere.
They have the movie because they released 2 movies. And there's 6 seasons, I think, of the show.
6 seasons? They went pretty far.
They did. They actually went in Japan, I think for them, they finished middle school.
Okay.
Equivalent. So they ended like when they're about to enter high school, like Sailor Moon kind of style too.
Right. Okay.
The last one is the baby.
Uh-oh, the baby that they raised?
Yes. Her name is Hana-chan.
She's so cute. I love her little pigtails coming out. I think that's my favorite.
She is the funny one in the sense that she is an actual witch. That's the reason why they raised her, that she was the witch that will become the queen of all witches in their witch land. So it's kind of like they are able to go to another land. So there's like a portal. So there's like the human world and the witch world.
So
and you can only enter the witch world when the moon is full or smiling. The moon is full and smiling.
Okay, so that's their version of Hotaru.
Pretty much.
Okay. That's interesting. I definitely want to watch that now. I didn't even know that series existed. So I
did not know until the 4Kids TV show showed it.
Okay. Well, that's all number 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, so that was number 3. Now we are on your top 2. Okay, so number 2.
This was kind of hard, but I think I'm okay with it being number 2 since this is how I got back into collecting because they came out when I was in high school. So
Okay.
2011, this doll brand came out, and I'm just like, no, I'm too old for dolls. Yeah, no, it took my heart.
Aw,
So I'm just
I'm
like, all
ready.
right, I'm back. And it is
Monster High!
Monster High. And literally
Frankie.
for her though, Frankie in black and white. For some reason, she just looks so cool to me.
I agree. I've seen this one too, and I was like, should I get this one? But I'm just like I came in late.
Exactly.
I came in late to the Monster High collection. I've had
Hmm.
like the collector Draculaura doll, but like other than that, I didn't really collect Monster High
Hmm.
until like maybe a year or so
Yeah.
ago. So I even see like that. Isn't there like a convention exclusive behind you too?
Yes.
So I was just
It's
like,
the original, the first wave, and she's black and white, which now
yes,
costs a lot.
yes. Okay.
But
I
yeah,
didn't mean to
Monster
cut you
High.
off.
No, that's okay. Yeah, Monster High. It just I remember actually going to the store and
Uh-huh.
seeing the Cleo and Deuce 2-pack, and I'm just like, what is this? Why are they so pretty? And why is there's a guy in there? Like they
Yeah.
don't do boy dolls that often. And I was like, what? Um, the other one would be this one I actually wanted to give away from another YouTuber. It's the
Yes.
San Diego Comic Con Hexakaya.
That's
Um,
cool. I've you won the giveaway on that?
yes, that was amazing for me too. I was just like, what? And that
Oh
was my
my
first giveaway ever.
gosh.
So it started from there, from that Monster High to all your giveaways. I'm just like,
I look at you. You're just so lucky. Give me some of that luck.
I would only win one, just one giveaway from every YouTuber I like. And if not, I will support them by like maybe buying their merch or something.
Aw,
So
that's
like
sweet.
Hezekiah, and that's not my original though. Unfortunately, I sold my set to gain money because San Diego Comic Con dolls do
Yeah.
cost some money on the reselling market.
Mhm.
So, but that one I got not too bad of a deal, about 100 and maybe almost close to 200, but like
Mhm.
not bad just by itself.
Right.
So, but yeah,
Okay.
Monster High, that what's brought me back to collecting, and it's just it's still going. That's the interesting thing too, is that it's still going and people still love them. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the
We,
resurgence went up. I think that's
mm-hmm,
like what made me get into it because I was
mm-hmm,
like, okay, like the G1 versions were okay for me, but like they
mm-hmm,
weren't like necessarily aesthetically appealing to me. And
mm-hmm.
then like this G3, I know G2 people like to say like they skip over it.
They were
So,
cute.
yeah, some of them are cute. I
Mm-hmm,
will admit I have maybe like one or two G2s.
mm-hmm.
But the G3 lines have just been like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. And then that's when I just went crazy. I was just like, I want this, I want this, I want this, all these Monster High. So okay. So Monster High, those two dolls were your number two. Do you have any others
I
for
mean,
that
Monster
number
High in
two?
general,
Okay, is your number
but like
two.
those were like the two big dolls that I have. I do have more behind me in that box underneath there.
Okay.
So there's a lot of Monster Highs I have.
Okay. Who's your favorite character? Is it Eptos
um,
dolls?
Rochelle, it's like
I
there.
love Rochelle. I have all her dolls. Even her G2 one, I was just
Mm.
like, I just love her. That's why I made that gargoyle doll
Yeah.
version of me.
Mhm.
I love her aesthetically too.
And then like from the original lineup, Guya was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm now leaning towards Draculaura. Like it's all that pink.
Yes.
She's getting at me. I'm just like, Draculaura, you're stealing my heart. Like in the
Yeah.
song.
She is beautiful. I'm like looking at her right now because she's over here. I'm just like,
Oh.
Draculaura. I have like all the Rochelle up here, and then I
Mm.
have the vampire heart Draculaura right here. I'm just like, oh my gosh, so pretty. But okay, so your number two was all Monster High in general, and then those two
Mhm.
dolls specifically are what stood out to you. So number one.
Number
we go.
one. And I'm getting her out. I
Okay,
had to put the phone down for a moment.
no worries.
So she's a new acquire to my collection. So I remember seeing her at
Mhm.
the store actually. Um, but I was a kid, so like I tell my parents like, "Can I get her?" And they said no.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, And then years later, her price is, I don't know, maybe because apparently she only was available in Canada, but she also
Oh,
was in specialty stores in the U.S.
okay.
And for me in the Midwest, we have a store called Meijer. So it's like a little bit upscale
Yes.
store, a little bit higher than Walmart, but like not as grand as Target. And it's
Okay.
only in the Midwest for some reason. But they had this doll, and I was just like, she cost so much until I got her for a price that I could pay for her, but she still cost a lot.
Uh,
And ugh, but I'm very happy to have her. So
I'm ready.
here she
Let's see.
is. Sailor
Ooh,
Sun.
Sailor Saturn, and there's a
Oh,
special offer. No. Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
yeah,
I never. Is this an Irwin doll, or am I
yeah.
wrong? It is.
Um, I'm not sure.
I'm not
Like
sure either. I'm.
yeah, but like kind of glare, but she is so pretty. And even though her box is damaged, I'm not really an inbox collector, but like I
Uh-huh.
don't want to open her either. I'm just like, she's sealed,
Yeah, there's
but I
just
kind of want to
something.
because she's part of the collection, but I don't have room. You can see behind me, I'm very
Mm-hmm.
crowded stuff. So for now, until I clean up and sell off some things, like downsizing a little bit with my collection, maybe I can properly display her with all the Sailor Moon dolls I have
Okay.
from that era. So yeah, I remember finding Sailor Moon in Target,
Mm-hmm.
bought Sailor Moon, kind of convinced my sister to buy Sailor Venus,
Okay.
even though she didn't like Sailor Venus. And then I told her like, you and I can share. She said, just have it.
I
I was
know.
like, okay.
Buy it. We can share it. She buys it and you're just like, my plan has worked.
Which in a way, because they look like the similar. My sister and I are 13 months apart, so we
Okay.
kind of look similar. So
Mhm.
in a way, I had to convince my parents, like, no, no, there's two characters. They're like twins, like us. And she had one, I have one. Little did they know that eventually my sister gave it to me.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay. Is Sailor Saturn your favorite character?
She became my favorite later, but now like Sailor Chibi Moon, Sailor Moon's daughter,
Uh-huh.
she's starting, like, I don't know, it's starting to become the
What?
younger characters I like, but
Uh-huh.
also the bad guys. I like Amazon Trio and Amazon
Uh-huh.
Quartet.
I'm
They're my favorite, and like bad guys.
I am a little bit like shocked because you never see someone who says Chibi Moon as
Yeah,
their
because
favorite
the way she acts
character.
is kind of annoying, which I did thought that too. But like later on, I'm just like, you know what? She's a kid. That's how she's gonna act.
Yeah, and she did develop,
Mhm.
into a more mature
Right.
character. I mean, she still
Mhm.
had that kind of annoying
Mhm.
aspect of her, but that's really interesting. I did not know. I personally don't know somebody who, and well, now I do. But like my partner's like, Chibi Moon, she annoys me. I'm like, oh my god. My partner's is Sailor Mercury, so
Ah.
because
Yeah, she's
he's
cool, and I know Achiba Wolfbrook, hers is Sailor Jupiter. A lot of people love
mhm.
Sailor Jupiter, and I did too. And then Sailor Mars, and I
That's
don't know, but
mine. Mars is
uh,
mine.
but to me, I feel like without any of them, they won't be a Sailor Moon. So to
Exactly.
me, I don't want to put favoritism on each one member. But do I
Yeah.
lean towards Sailor Saturn and Chibi Moon? Yes.
Yeah. I totally understand that. That's how it is. But
hmm
okay, well, thank you for sharing your top 5. Is there anything else you want to say about your number 1? Is there any
I mean, it's number one, but like, I like all dolls. I collect everything I like. So collect whatever makes you happy.
Exactly. There you go.
hmm
Well, I appreciate you joining me today and sharing
hmm
your top 5. Before we let you go, is there anywhere where our viewers can find you, or do you have socials that you want to put out there so they can follow your collection? What other you collect? Is there anything you'd like to share with them?
Yeah. So here on YouTube, I go by Chris Dang 6218, where I post like short videos of things that I collect to little vlogs. I'm starting to go to vlogs. I actually
Okay.
have to thank you, Rye, because
Aw.
most of the items I get from you, I actually filmed on my channel.
Oh,
So
I've
it
seen
has
it.
helped my channel.
Oh,
So
well,
thank
you're
you.
welcome. It's just because you're so lucky. I'm gonna say it again and again. Like every time you win, I am so shocked. I'm like, it's not rigged, you guys. I
It's really
swear to
not.
you. I
Just
swear.
just just enter, folks, and you might have a chance to win something.
But 90% of the time, it's Chris Dang. No.
Not all the time. I said only when 10.
Okay.
And
Well.
then another one is Instagram. My
Okay.
Instagram handle is mtcdang, and
Mm-hmm.
I post pictures that I draw during Inktober, and I do some kind of cosplay, costume dress up. This year, unfortunately, I've been busy, so I didn't do that. But you can check my old pictures on Instagram with
Okay.
that. Maybe one day I might connect my YouTube with Instagram, but for now, my Instagram is separate from my YouTube.
Okay, well, if y'all are interested in seeing more of Chris Dang on YouTube or Instagram, go ahead and be sure to follow her. But thank you, Chris Dang, for coming
Thank
in.
you.
I'm super excited to have you finally on a Collector's Corner, and I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, Chris Dang, for sharing your top 5. Definitely going to check out that anime that you had mentioned. It definitely sounds interesting, especially kind of going into the Sailor Moon genre. And I know there's a lot of Sailor Moon collectors that are on my channel too. So if you check it out, let me know your thoughts too. Thank you for coming in. Let us know your thoughts on Chris Dang's collection. Do you collect any of those items, franchises? Are you also a manga collector or reader? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, I hope you have a great day, a great night, wherever you are at today. And remember to stay kind to yourself as well as others. Simply Rye.